Well, I couldn't find the Mastertronic disc images. Fuck knows where they are. But I did find the racing games Formula 1 category, and luckily I did put Formula 1 simulator on there. Now, my friend who had a C64, well, actually it was my cousin technically, third cousin or second cousin, I don't know. Small islands. We're all fucking related in some way. God damn it. And he described the title music as dippy. He actually quite liked it. Seemed to remember something about he liked the piano bit, and I use that word in quotes. I don't know if I've ever played this game. I'll be honest with you. Screen's gone blank. Right, here we go. Let's pick an easy track. Yeah, see how the graphics wobble when colours change? That's the TV. And I've got everything switched off. Everything to do with automatic, this, that and the other. So it's not a great TV for anything that doesn't have SCART RGB actually. Maybe SVGA would be better, but I doubt it. It's a very simple racing game. But, you know, the actual road is updating faster and smoother than pit stop 2. Sorry, not pit stop 2, pole position 2. Although just as chunky for some reason. So you lose speed when you like turn around the corner. Pole position, everything explodes and you're resurrected like Jesus. So you're constantly accelerating. Pulling back on the joystick will actually put the brakes on for you. Although you'll lose speed quicker if you change gear. That was a bit of a painful overtaking manoeuvre. So the backgrounds are scrolling nicely, the screen is updating fine. I mean really, if someone just hacked it and changed the graphics for the Formula 1 cars, it'll actually be pretty good. And this is not even that late in the life of the C64. I don't think I had an Amiga when this came out. So when was this? 85, 86, something like that? It was a couple of years before Night Racer. And it was only $1.99. And this game looks kind of different on every version actually. There's no graphical continuity. On the C64 it plays fine, absolutely fine. So I could see why my cousin stroke mate would actually like this. In the way the other cars are, you know, changing size as they get down the screen, that's fine. It's literally, if someone could just change the car graphics, that'd be great. I don't know if they're expanded or not. They shouldn't be, because there's just not enough cars on the track at the same time. I mean, that's the thing, if you do a Formula 1 game like this, you're probably never going to have more than 2 or 3 cars ahead of you. So that leaves you with at least 2 sprites for everything. So you wouldn't have to do horizontally expanded multicolour sprites. because then the pixels are 4 pixels wide, because they're already double width pixels when you go into multicolour mode. So I can't see any kind of time limit. Is it just literally you have to do the laps? I'm not sure how many laps you have to do. So, you know, you scrub off speed as you go around the corner, which I suppose is correct. For the era, I mean, not so much now. Now, Formula One is a bit more advanced now with the aerodynamics and the tyre compounds they have now. Yeah, I quite like this game, I have to say. I mean, for $1.99, it's bloody brilliant, mate. It's a lot more arcadey than Speed King, which is the other good racing game that Mastertronic put out for $1.99. Although I think that's Mr. Chip Software. I can't remember who does it. No, Digital Integration, I think. But most of us bought it as a Mastertronic $1.99 game. That is quite tricky to play. It's halfway between something like Revs and pole position. It's a bit closer to pole position. It plays very similar to halfway between pit stop 1 and 2, I would say. Much nicer than Death Race. You don't really look at the steering wheel because you're having to look higher up on the screen. Although that could be because I'm playing it on a 60-inch plasma and not a 14-inch Triumph TV. Yes, there was a company called Triumph who made electronics, not the British car manufacturer, totally separate. Although Mitsubishi do actually make JCBs and other heavy machinery, as well as very fine CRT TVs in the 1990s. What Hi-Fi and Home Cinema Choice always gave them a thumbs up, and quite correct because the convergence wasn't fucked like the late 90s Trinitrons. I don't know how long, because it doesn't actually give you a lap time, do you? Can you actually get out of the program? So I'm not sure how many laps you actually have to do. It just says lap 8. And you know what, I can't remember what fucking directory this was in now, so we're going to stick with this, fill up the camera, try not to delete things I haven't backed up. Which is getting more and more tricky because there's less stuff backed up. It's a lot of money for another like hard drive. And the price per terabyte is quite a lot if you only buy a 2 terabyte hard drive. But that doesn't mean what is that at the bottom there? Oh, that must be number of cars I've passed. I don't think I put any cheats on, no. Your parents would not like this at all, sir. No, sir. If you didn't put the volume down, you'd probably get a slap. Can't actually get away from this business. That's really the only negative point I've got for the game so far. So you have to do that number of laps. They don't appear to have monitor actually. Graphics are the same pretty much. I don't think the backgrounds have actually changed. But you know what, this is actually a really good Formula 1 game. C64 owners anchoring for a bit of racing action. Just by skipping lunch and walking home a couple of days, they could have bought this in the newsagent outside George Spicer School in Enfield. That's why I remember we'd come out of there, the front gates, and right next door there was like a newsagent, and they did Mastertronic games from the get-go. You know, they were one of the original newsagents that had Mastertronic games. You know, we bought things like BMX Racers there. You know, the early, mostly really terrible Mastertronic games. So you can't really fault this, really. Yeah, you know, if you're after a bit of a racing game and it's suddenly 1986 or whatever, please get that, although I don't know how you're going to watch this video on YouTube if it's 1986.